Are you a change maker, a non-profit leader, youth advocate, tech expert, an executive, or a development expert? Do you seek an opportunity to contribute to a dialogue with multi-sectoral leaders across Africa to drive sustainable development on the continent? Then register to attend the Aspire Coronation Trust Foundation's 8th Breakfast Dialogue on the 10th of October 2024. The conference is themed Collaborative Leadership Bridging Sectors for Sustainability in Africa. Get ready to interface with global leaders across the public, private, and social sectors as we explore the pivotal role collaborative leadership plays in addressing Africa's challenges and drive social impact. Register to participate in the 8th Breakfast Dialogue by visiting www.actrustfoundation.org. See you on the 10th of October. In the heart of Africa's agricultural revolution, one woman is paving the way for a sustainable food future. Meet Ozioma Omordi, an award-winning agripreneur with a rich background in sales, marketing, and over a decade of experience in the finance industry. Driven by a passion to foster a sustainable food system, Ozioma founded Eden Acres Integrated Organic Farm in 2017. Her vision? To bridge the food supply gap and provide urban residents with a farm-to-table experience unlike any other. Through partnerships with small farm owners, she ensures a consistent supply of fresh, organic produce to direct consumers and local businesses in Lagos, Nigeria. But her journey did not stop there. Recognizing the challenges faced by smallholder farmers, Ozioma expanded her mission in 2020, launching Eden Whole Foods, an African superfood company committed to processing and distributing natural Nigerian food products both locally and internationally. From flours to oils, grains to natural seasonings, Eden Whole Foods brings the richness of African food to tables around the world. With a deep commitment to quality and sustainability, Ozioma is changing the narrative around food production in Africa. And in March of 2024, Ozioma was selected as a trailblazer for the leading African Woman in Food Fellowship Program by African Food Changemakers, solidifying her impact in the industry and her dedication to building a more resilient food ecosystem. This is more than a business, it's a movement that connects people to the earth, to their food, and to a future where sustainability is at the core of every meal.
Hi, my name is Ozioma Omordi of Eden Whole Foods, and I am on the entrepreneurship series today to talk about my brand. The journey of Eden started from the village. I'm a village girl, and I like to say it everywhere. I'm a proud village girl, and the journey didn't really kick off until I started having my children. As a banker, I would definitely import products for my children and buy them from the supermarkets, but it wasn't sustainable because basically I grew up with my parents and my grandmom who would give me wholesome African food. And because I came from the village where we ate really fresh food and very wholesome food, I just needed to replicate same for my family. And then when I started my journey, it was important to also have other families key into it. And that's why you see these beautiful, lovely products. And I want the children who are going to enjoy this product to see them on the supermarket shelves and reach out for them. And that's why we're very particular about not just the content, but the appeal as well. So for a mom, I want to nourish I want to nourish my children, their well-being, and their African children. So I don't think I want to feed them on Oyibo food. I need to give them from what is grown on the African soil. And that's basically why we have Eden Whole Food, where we support families to feed and nourish their families. At Eden Whole Foods, we have a wide range of products. And our star products are these. So we have our pepper soup seasoning here. We have our natural honey. We have our palm oil. We have our sweet potato, and we have our groundnut oil. So this basically represents the additional oils that we carry. So, I mean, if you look through this bottle, this is giving premium. It's fresh. I mean, you can perceive the aroma from the bottle. And we have other products. We try as much as we can to add value to African products. So we crush our sesame seed to oil. So we have sesame oil, coconut oil, and the likes. And our red palm oil, see, just look at this beauty. It's beautiful, it's fresh, it's natural, it's wholesome. And I mean, it's ready to use for families. I mean, we're Nigerians and we usually will cook with palm oil. So if you're looking for premium palm oil that's unadulterated, this is it here. We have our pepper soup seasoning. Now you can use them in multiple ways. For those who love noodles, you can use them in ramen noodles. You can use them in your porridges. You can use them as pepper soup. I mean, it's raining, so you need this to make really delicious soup, and you can eat them with rice and anything that you want. So we have honey. So this is an alternative to white sugar, and our honey is natural. And we'll partner with small beekeepers, smallholder farmers who own hives to we'll support them basically. And then we'll take this product from them and we'll repackage it for eating. So we don't make honey. The bees do. We just package them. If you look through the bottle and if you come closer, you see some of the pollen is here. So we do not process it. I mean, we just filter it and then we bottle them. So we have our sweet potato flour, and it's basically to kick off post-harvest loss management. So we do this with sweet potato, we do it with plantain, we do it with green bananas, and they're gluten-free. So if you have gluten issues, then you can enjoy this product in multiple ways. You can use them to make waffles, you can use them to make pancakes, you can eat them as swallow, and they can just be additives in soups as well. And then this is our peanut oil. We use them making stews, frying chicken, and the likes. The journey of eating didn't start today, and it's taking us time, effort, blood and sweat to get where we are today. Our products are now approved, by the way. We stock in a couple of supermarkets, Hartley's, Rennie's, and quite a number of other people. Mats, but we also sell directly to end users. We also pop up in the farmers markets, one in Ikoyi and I think one in Via as well. When we started, when we got our first NAFDAC approval, I basically had to rebrand. It wasn't given like what I wanted it to give, and we had to go back to our drawing board, and it was a project to rebrand Eden. So if you look closely at this logo, you see a mom cradling a child, and there are flowers and love around it, just basically because moms are the ones who manage the belly of the family, really. And as an African mom, I want to give my children the best food possible. So here is a mommy holding a baby because the mom loves their family, loves their children, wants to nourish them. I mean, they don't want them to fall sick. And that's what we've done with our branding. So we try as much as possible to communicate these messages. I'd like to also point out that our products are additive free, so they're very safe to use. So from 6 months, you can use this in your baby meals, and it just comes handy and makes it easy to use for families, especially for music professionals. It's not been all roses getting to this point. Like I said, the first 2 years, we didn't go to market because we had to rebrand our products and make it appealing for the people who were targeting to buy them. And it is work in progress. I like to take challenges face on. I don't know how to explain it. I like to face challenges and just profile solutions and just make it work. So there are multiple challenges as a business owner in Nigeria, from electricity, because I have to dry. It's rainy season. So if I'm processing flowers, for instance, I need to power my dehydrators. Diesel has gone up, fuel has gone up. Sometimes there's scarcity. So those are the kind of challenges I have to face. Then for my team, we keep training. They're a good set of people. I mean, I hire and fire as there's a need. I'm not really very partial about that, but we give allowance for people to learn, understand the quality that we want to pass to our customers. We're very, very big on hygiene as well. We did a series of tests for food handlers, ensuring that their noses are covered, they're wearing face masks, they're wearing hair nets, because these are supposed to be safe food. So we do all those food processes. So irrespective of the fact that it's NAFDAC approved, our facility is also FDA approved, so we can export. So my team every day is reminded of the quality and the kind of people that we're targeting to serve. And that's a struggle sometimes, but I mean, it's work in progress, like I said. First for me is impact. Like, I need to make sure as a person, as a mom, as a woman, that African children eat from the good of the land. It's very important to me that we're nourished by our own food, right? And that we're not feeding our families over processed food. I mean, we all are Nigerians, and we know that there are some sicknesses we didn't used to really hear. Maybe the media has popularized it, but we didn't used to hear that 21-year-olds are dying of cancer. And a friend's son died of cancer, and even younger children, at least 7-year-olds, are having kidney failures. Why? I cannot categorically on this platform say, oh, it's because of imported products, but I know that there are overly processed products that are approved in the market that are not even probably sold in Europe or in the US, but they get into Nigeria somehow. And we can do all of this. So we need support to grow our own food, to put value to it, because equipments are quite expensive, and to make sure that we're even alive, right, first, to achieve the potential that God has deposited in us. So for me, it's impact on feeding my children. I mean, my children are beautiful. If you see them, they're nourished by what I make, and I eat from what I produce. So I am also impacting other families, ensuring that they're eating healthy, that the African children are not malnourished, right? And that we can actually add value to our own food. We can sell it in Nigeria, in Africa, and across the world.
Hi, Ozioma.
Hi, Mr. Banji.
It's a pleasure having you today. Please tell me about Eden.
So Eden Whole Food is Africa's superfood company, and we process and package nutritious African food for families to nourish their body, soul, and spirit.
For how long?
Grown on the African soil.
And for how long have you been doing this?
For 5 years now.
And how has it been year on year?
Interesting. I mean, we've grown, increasing our customer base daily. We're at our growth phase now, looking to go into stores and to do really large capacity. We need big money.
Oh, interesting. So when you talk about growth stage, you mentioned that you've been increasing your customer base.
Yes.
How have you been increasing revenue as well, year on year?
Yeah. So basically when we started, it was first family. I mean, I started this business to feed my family, and then it went on to friends, and then the open market. Not open big markets, like close open markets. So we started with social media as well, Facebook, Instagram. My WhatsApp status is like a marketplace, because I mean, I put up products, benefits, and people repost them. So I mean, we've been getting also referrals from people who have bought our products, enjoyed them, and then they share in their communities as well. So from the beginning, from the start, I mean, we didn't have these products looking this beautiful. It was just palm oil for palm oil. Like, right. All I will promise you is that it's not adulterated. It doesn't have any dye, and it's all natural. And we did the first branding. It didn't work, so we had to take on another project. Quite expensive, because we had to get the right partners who understood the vision that we wanted to put out there, and the customer that we're looking to. So I want this product to compete on large platforms with imported products. So if I was going to appeal to that kind of market, I needed to also stand. So that's what we've done with our products now. We are not where we want to be. So my Super Little, for instance, is in this transparent pouches, well labeled. However, I would prefer that they are printed on the pouches. If I was going to do that, for instance, I mean, I have to do a minimum of about 10,000 from China. And then I need probably more sophisticated machines, so that most of our products are manually done. So I want to put more equipment in place to standardize the process. But irrespective of that, I mean, we're using what we have to do what we are doing at the moment. Had some traction when some supermarkets already in Lagos. We're also doing market sensitization. Last year, I basically traveled around Nigeria. I went to Abuja, I went to Ibadan, I went to Kano, leveraging on a platform called the Niger Branching platform, and to just test the market, test our products, get live feedbacks, and know where we should concentrate on. So Lagos is still our biggest market. Abuja was good. Kano was fantastic.
So as it stands, you sound to me like someone who's done excellently with traction in terms of getting your products to the market. So my question then is, for you to be able to get to the next phase of growth, you also want to be able to monitor your cash flow year on year.
Yes.
Based on your experience, month to month, year on year, how would you say you have been doing with your cash flow? That's my first question. And my second question would be that I can see that you have a number of products, right? Can I just dare ask which of them is your cash cow? And do you have an idea as to what you need to be able to grow your cash flow?
Okay, so I'll take the first question. Our cash flow is growing. I mean, the growth has gone from, say, 5% when we first started to about 40% growth increase.
Excellent.
And no, you shouldn't be afraid to ask. I mean, these were bestsellers, and when we put them out, or when I wanted to enlist them with NAFDAC, I had to research what was best selling. At the time, I wanted them to sell on Amazon, and I had to do like the back end work to see which were the best selling products acceptable outside Nigeria.
Right.
Even if I wanted to sell in Nigeria. So these are all really good selling, but palm oil, honey, and peanut oil in that order are like our best sellers. And it hardly stays. Before you even say, Jack, peanut oil has sold out, honey has sold out. So we have quite a number of corporates that we supply to as well, apart from the supermarket. So we have hotels and end users who buy them in bulk. We have pastry shops who make healthy bites, and they buy them, our honey especially, to make the product. Palm oil, because people are really scared about the news on the streets that say, oh, palm oil has coloring. I mean, if you look at this bottle, you can see that it's fresh. You can perceive the aroma from here. That when we have the ojere, that Yorubas call the light part of the oil, will have the thick part. If you use it to make your soup, it's giving everything it's supposed to give. So, I mean, these are best sellers because Nigerians love their palm oil.
Right.
We love our peanut oil as well, but honey is handy. When we started, it wasn't a big, so we have streamlined also with the response we got from the market. When we started, it wasn't a bestseller because also there are a lot of adulterated products for honey, especially people say, oh, they're mixing it with sugar or something. It wasn't a big pack because for me, if I'm going to export to the US, for instance, and sell on Amazon, I want to sell in big container and make the money quick come back. But then I didn't really have that market intelligence that people probably just not take something that they were not really used to or that they were not comfortable with. So we had to do the small, cute bottles. And it's easy to reach. It's cheaper, of course. When you use it, you ask for more. They can tell you, oh, there's a 680 gram size, bigger than twice this size.
Okay.
1.36 kg, size 680, and then there's one bigger than it as well. So that's market reception, market intelligence that we...
How does that translate to money?
For us,
yes,
our money goes back into the business because manufacturing and production is capital intensive. So for every sale we make, there's probably one machine that wants to complete the money to buy, right? Because now also this is like a cash cow, and I work with African products. I don't produce honey, the bees do. It means also that I'm working with farmers who have beehives and they need suits, they need the calves, they need the smokers. The plan is in future to have more clusters who are basically growing for us. So you just give them direct market access to make sure that their products are taking off, and then we're giving them those resource training, support, finance to build more hives. And for us, I mean, we have bigger equipment for filtering and for filling. So the process is shorter and less human contact. I
mean, you've said so much about your product and the prospects. What I hear is that there are potential revenue streams that you are possibly not leveraging fully on.
Yes.
You've talked about Nigerians abroad and their passion for their palm oil.
Yes.
So it looks like there is a potential revenue stream to grow your cash flow through exports.
Yes.
And also, from what I hear, you also mentioned that the products are selling off so quickly.
Yes.
In the supermarket. So it means
and
that...
directly. So we also, people buy directly from the facility in Surulere. And we go for pop-ups as well.
So in terms of your revenue, I'm trying to think of what would make you double your cash flow in 12 months?
Funding. So that funding and marketing. So for instance, I don't want to call any big names, but if a big company was launching a new product, they want to get all the food bloggers or food influencers to talk about them.
Right.
So if these are healthy products, we are doing our own part of our marketing within our budget. So if I had money today, the first thing I want to do is, of course, process bigger stock more people so that people can get it in their communities or in their locations. I wouldn't have to ship from Surulere to Sangotedo. For a product that goes for 2,500, you're paying 4,500. So it's closer to home. And then also marketing, so more people are aware of the quality of our product, the benefits of our product.
But you also appreciate that with funding and marketing, right? You can invest if you raise funding, right? And then you spend so much on marketing as well, just because of leveraging some of those platforms that you have said as well. Your resources can deplete so quickly. So much so that you are not particularly going to be able to double your cash flow like you would love to, or that you would want to. I believe that exports definitely looks like a potential stream. But if you're talking about exports, it then means that you have to also increase the capacity of your production.
Yes.
So if you're going to be raising funding, right, definitely there's so much to do in terms of inputs, right? Then you also mentioned during your initial comments about referrals.
Yes.
That you get a lot of referrals, because that can be a low-hanging fruit and a cost-effective way to spend less on marketing and then increase your profit margin such that your cash flow can also improve, particularly with your cost of customer acquisition. If you put it side by side with the cost of marketing and then what your profit margin would be at the end of the day, you want to be able to balance such that your profitability is not going to suffer even if you raise funding. I mean, without a doubt, I like what I hear about the brand. It definitely seems very knowledgeable about what your products are and which of them, what sort of revenue that you make from some of these products. However, there is always a potential for growth.
Yes.
So with respect to your increasing your cash flow, and based on what we have been discussing, I think that the product has in itself some unique niche potentials. Saying that, I think that you want to leverage as much as you can, exploring the possibility of export. Most importantly, I think that one way to do that is to leverage the Africa Continental Free Trade market, in addition to leveraging the trade AGOA, like you mentioned earlier, such that your products can go across the continent and outside of the continent. By so doing, I believe that through referrals, you can increase your cash flow. I also think that because of the potentials of natural foods that your brand currently represents, I think that you might also begin to identify through the healthcare sector some niche product and what benefits that you can use to target people with particular ailments. Like for the sweet potato flour, for example, is gluten free.
We have green bananas as well.
So you might have a lot of natural, right, that you can leverage on, so that you can do more of B2B rather than B2C model of selling. And I think that with that, it will reduce your cost of customer acquisition, and also the amount of effort that goes into B2C customer acquisition is significantly higher, and with its cost implications, that could also impact on your cash flow. So I think that putting some of those things together, and particularly with your products, right, you might want to get some specific help with consultants or funding opportunities targeted at agri-products, particularly with export potentials. That would also significantly improve your cash flow. And I believe and I hope that in another 6 to 12 months, we will see Eden in more stores. We will see Eden in more countries. Well done, and I wish you the very best.